everyone, it's Liz here. I hope you are having a fabulous week so far. So today I want to talk to you about phonemes again, but I want to take you to the next level because this time I want to tell you about the 46 phonemes that I have identified that can be used to help children learn how to read. So when we speak the English language, we use a combination of 46 sounds to form every word that we say. So when I teach the speech to spelling code, what I do is I actually use spoken language, in other words, what children already know, and I help them to actually understand how what they already know, which is how to speak, can actually be translated into the graphic symbols that are the English language. So they are the 46 phonemes that we speak, which we can then represent in many different ways. Now, the thing about the English language, and this is what makes it so tricky, some languages only have a certain number of sounds in their language, but then they are translated accurately into the way they actually form the words when they write them. So it's a direct correlation between the symbol and the sound. With the English language, we have 26 symbols, A to Z or A to Z if you're in America. And then we have 46 sounds. And now I say 46, some people say 44. There are people that say there's more than 70. But remember, when I developed a speech to spelling code, I developed it so it was incredibly simple. I wanted to simplify it so that children who are completely confused and had lots of gaps in their learning would actually know how to manipulate the code that is the English language and get the fastest outcome the quickest. The fastest outcome being was that they are actually able to decode the English language and learn to read and spell fast. Okay, so I say 46. Now, then what I did is I came up with graphic symbols for them and a color code, because I know the more visual cues there are for people who are struggling with reading, the more likelihood there will be success. So when I developed this code, I simplified it big time, and I really thought about how children process language and what they needed to make it as simple as possible. So my 46 sounds are these. Have a look at this. This is my actual poster that kids get to use in, whoops, I've got to go the right way, that kids get to use, that's better, I might just go this side, it makes it easier. Kids get to use, oh gee, it's creaky, I don't even know if I'm Arthur or Martha here, going backwards and forwards, in the speech to spelling code, and I'm sorry about the reflection. So we've got, as you can see, the 46 sounds of the English language, the 26 consonant sounds, and the 20 vowel sounds. All right, so let's have a squiz here. I'll see if I can just sort of come this way a bit because that makes it easier. So these are our plosives. In other words, when we pronounce them, there's a little stop or an explosion. So we've got p, b, t, d, k, g in words like pen, bag, top, doll, kite, gun. Over here, we've got group 2, which are our nasals. Nasals, of course, means your nose. So you make these sounds through your nose. So we've got N for nest, M for mug, and this one here is one of my all-time favorites because this is the NG sound. Now, the way I say this is the N creates the sound, the G is silent. This is my method, remember, so this is what I say. So, in my speech to spelling code. So I always say to the children, pretend you're being strangled, and you've got to say, like that. So, swing. It's like you're being strangled. Swing. You can hear that sound at the end. It's a bit of a strange one. Group 3 are fricatives. So these are vibrations. I'm going to swing this around and I hope you can see it a little bit better. So I've got F for fox, V for van. Can you hear the vibration as it comes out of my mouth? Thongs, That's a soft sound. Thongs. We've got the hard that sound. That. There's still a vibration coming off my tongue. S for sun. Z for zebra or zebra if you're in America. Sh for shell. And this one is tricky. It's zh, and I pronounce it, I show it with a ZH. And it's in the center of words like measure, measure. So zh sound. All right, group 4 is affricate. So a stop and then a vibration. So we've got ch for chain, ch, and we've got j for jumper, j, jumper. Group 5 is a lateral. In other words, the air flows past our tongue when we say it. And that's in words like lemon. Can you see my tongue is up in the roof of my mouth? But there's air coming either side of it. For lemon. Group 6 are glides. And exactly as they sound, the sound glides out of your mouth. So for rabbit, w for web, y for yo-yo, and h for hat. It's a bit of a glide soft sound. Group 7 is a combo of sounds. So we've got ks for the X at the end of the word 6. Ks. And we've got gz, which is like the X in exam. 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 Gz. It's a gz combined. Now down here to our vowels. Now, generally the vowels are the trickiest because these are the ones that we use the most, and these are the ones that we tend to vary, and also we tend to have so many variations for vowel sounds. So we've got our short vowel sounds, and you all know I have the A with a short dash for A for apple, E for elephant, I for insect, O for orange, and A for umbrella. So they're the short sounds, and the letters are represented with a short dash. They're red for vowels and a short dash next to them. Here are our long vowel sounds. A for apricot. E for east. The sun sets in the, actually it sets in the west. It rises in the east. I for ice cream. O for open. U for uniform. These are the long vowel sounds. So A with a long dash beside it now, so children know exactly which sound we're talking about. These ones are the combo sounds. So we've got oo for moon, O for book, R, we're talking R controlled vowels now, R for car, or for horse, for bird. Bird is spelled B-I-R-D, isn't it? But when you sound it, it sounds like an bird. So that is one of our sounds. We've got ow for cow, oi for boy, ear for beer, or cheer, or here. Here's a nice easy one to help you remember, isn't it too? Air for chair. And this is another of my all-time favorites because no matter what sort of accent you have when you're speaking the English language, you are going to hear a lazy vowel, also called a schwa vowel. And lazy vowels are those ones that you have just tweaked them a little bit to make them easier to say. And it's all about the way you speak them. So my example here is flower, flower. I put the flower in the vase. The rabbit or the rabbit hopped. And are the two schwa vowel sounds that we talk about. The lazy vowels, where we just change them up a bit and we don't pronounce them accurately. So that's what a schwa vowel is. It's a lazy vowel. It's a vowel pronounced in an easy, simple way. Just get through the word quickly. Over here, I've just popped tricky Y because you can see Y wants to be a vowel. It pretends it's a vowel whenever it can. And it does so in words like day, at the end of the word day. It does so in the word happy, when we put the Y on the end of the word happy. It does so in the word crystal, with the Y in the center saying I. And it does so in the word type, when you're typing on your computer and the Y becomes the long I sound. So there you go. You have now got a pretty good idea of how, let's get around the right way, we teach the 46 sounds. That was a lot of learning in one very short Facebook video, but we teach this type of thing over a very long period of time. So we're talking 10-minute lessons, short, sharp, looking at each sound and looking at how we pronounce them, how we could potentially spell them. And that's why the 10-minute tutor and the speech to spelling code is so successful, because it really does break it down into tiny bite-sized chunks